Let's do a reaction to The Last of Us Season 2 trailer. We're going to get into this, and we're going to share our thoughts afterwards, so stick around.
Oh, you want to start or what? Let's try something different.
Let's try something
You
different.
can't heal something unless you're brave enough to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Say the thing you're afraid to say. Say it out loud, no matter what it is, no matter how bad. What did you do?
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay. That looks. Hold on. All right, 2025.
Trailer makes it look really cool.
Oh, the trailer makes it look really good. Let's play a cautionary tale, though. Okay, let's be logical about this. So right off the bat, I got to acknowledge, there was a lot of stuff about season 1 I did not like. Okay, I think if you totaled the runtime of stuff I liked from season 1, it might equal about 40 minutes total of the whole season. So, like, in the suspense moments of clickers, right?
Mhm.
In the big battle trying to get away from clickers, I enjoyed that. The characterization of most of the characters, including Pedro Pascal's character Joel, including my goodness, I'm forgetting
Ellie?
the character's name. Ellie, yep. I didn't care for any of it. I did not feel connected to these characters, which was very surprising to me because typically I really enjoy HBO characterization and writing. I really am enjoying the Penguin right now. I'm really looking forward to the Dune series on the Bene Gesserit that's going to be coming out. I really like a lot of HBO's characterization and storytelling, but The Last of Us really fell short to me. A lot. It really a big way, right? I was bored most of the time.
I think this was my review of the season 1 as a whole. I think I said they should have done it in reverse, where they showed more character development in the last 2 or 3 episodes and then gave you adventure so that you were invested in those characters. I think the first several episodes we had no character development and we didn't care about those characters. They were just doing
So the adventure fell a little flat.
Yes, and I think I'm pretty sure that was my review of last season. I would have to go back and watch it, but so yes, we have character development now. So will this be better? Maybe. There was elements I did not like from the first one, but maybe it will be better because of that. We have our characters.
Going back to this comment about do we review video games? No, but I have been spoiled. It's really hard to be on the internet around the Last of Us conversation and not be aware of the fact that gamers do not like the Last of Us 2. They don't like that game. And there's already been confirmation that the creators are trying to follow the events of the second game in this second season. And so I'm kind of thinking like does that mean people are just not going to like the season? You know what I mean? Because if it follows the same thing, there are a couple spoilers that I've been told. I'm not going to say them here if you're not a gamer and you haven't played the game and you don't know. But just from what I've heard, there's a lot of red flags here. So unless they're doing a completely different story than the game and all of the rumors or whatever we've been told is incorrect,
Some would
I
even
just
say if there's a red flag, there's also a green flag, there's a blue flag, there's a yellow flag,
what are
some
you
kind of
saying right now?
there's a rainbow flag. I would say in the
My
show.
goodness, there's a couple rainbows. So this trailer looks interesting. I like the army of clickers rushing the base or wherever they are, like the compound. I like the suspense of the clicking
Mhm.
of the watch to try to create the tension, the slow drift into the more what do you call it? The more somber tones to the vibe itself, as that it seems like he's in a therapy session and then it turns to this lady trying to say, like, tell me what you did. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's interesting that I enjoyed the setup of this trailer, but I really enjoyed the setup of season one, and it ultimately fell very flat for me. People don't like The Last of Us 2 because they kill the main character. Oh, well, you spoiled it. You kind of
Yeah, that's why I started laughing because I read it. So I'm gonna say we have character development for the main characters now. If we keep those characters around, if they deviate from the game a little bit and keep those characters around so that feel like I'm invested in these characters, I will be more happy with this season. And don't give me like one-off season episodes where they just go show me like Joel or
correct.
was that his name? Joel?
No, no.
Well,
Joel was the main character. We
no,
wanted to see
what
Joel
was
and Ellie.
Offerman's character?
Ben? Was it
Maybe.
Ben?
That was a one-off as much as like
Bill. Bill.
Bill, I
It's got to be Bill.
as much as I didn't like that episode for other reasons, I also didn't like it not because of like personal things or like things like that. I didn't like it because it was just like one-off episodes. Then
It
it
gave
deviated
us
from the
nothing
story.
to Joel and
Yeah,
Ellie's
yes,
story.
and to where like I'm invested in certain characters now. Give me these characters, keep them around, and then tell us the story.
They did an
Don't
entire
deviate a little
episode.
bit.
I think what they tried to do an entire episode to tell a homosexual love story that was an attempt to kind of maybe win an award. It felt kind of like award bait, because if you take it out of the season as a whole, it doesn't play really
No,
any
any
sequence of
significance to
significance
Joel
to
to
Joel and Ellie's story.
not
Though
really.
it's like in the game, I'm pretty sure that the Bill character, like, yeah, they get his truck and they come across and they find some, and Joel has some backstory with knowing, the compound, or like the safety compound he had built. But it in the show it played no significant value. So we spent, what was it, like a full 55 minute episode on something that has no significance, and then we have to wait another week because they roll it out one a week to get back to the Joel and Ellie story.
Mhm.
So yeah, I didn't care for that at all. And then the other thing, to the point, the killing off the main character, that wasn't the only reason. People didn't like in the game, from what I've heard, that you're now, instead of playing as like Joel and Ellie as characters and following them in the story from the first game, the second game is that you're from the perspective of this new lady who's a villain. So we're not playing from the perspective of surviving as heroes. It's kind of like
Mhm.
survival as a villain. That's from what
Mhm.
I understand. And so it's a new character, along with the trope of getting rid of the character that everyone's supposed to be getting invested in. And it just becomes a problem. People really didn't like the second game. If they follow the second game, I don't see how logic concludes that we're going to like the second season. A lot of people like the first season. I'm not going to take that away from people. I think it has serious issues, but let's go back to this. The writing is not bad. Like, besides it being very slow, conversations seem legit, sort of. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's not like The Acolyte. It's not like Rings of Power. It's still a better quality story than those. It just falls flat in a lot of ways. And for me, it was this. It was, you know what I mean? It was just
Yeah.
me getting tired,
Slow.
and it wasn't keeping me alive. That's supposed to be a survival story. It wasn't keeping me in it. So we'll see, man. We'll
Yeah.
see.
I will keep my eye out for this, but I'm not as hopeful as some other things that are coming out.